Here's how I got into Stanford: by just being myself. So the rat race starts really, really young. Like, you are expected to, I remember growing up in Lahore, like there were all these like things, like people were like doing all these debate teams and like getting straight A's and blah 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 blah. I was always just like a weird person who kind of wanted to do things my own way. Like, yes, I could get straight A's when I wanted to, but there were times when school was boring to me and I was more excited about like whatever trouble my friends and I were getting into. So then I would just focus on that. And I always wanted to go to Stanford. It was like my dream school, like it's most people's dream school. And you know, I wanted to go to California and like all of that. So for me, like when kind of college admission time rolled around, my parents took me to this girl who was like supposed to be an expert, and she told me that I had a 1% chance of getting into Stanford and I should basically just forget about it, and like I should like, you know, have realistic dreams. Anyway, I got into Stanford, and the way that I got in was just by being authentic. So for me, what that looked like was I wrote a really great and really heartfelt essay. The word limit for essays back then was 500, and I took a risk and I wrote a 1300 word essay, essentially about comparing Pakistan to the West, because I'm Pakistani American. I was born in America, raised in Pakistan, and I wrote about essentially how I had a lot of dreams that I wanted to do in America, and then a lot of like Pakistani culture that I wanted to like hold on to. And so I'm confused. I basically wrote about how I'm culturally confused because there's so many things I want to do and I don't know where I'm going to want to settle down in life. If you know me now, like that's exactly the theme of my life, right? Like, I had this amazing career in America, I worked in tech and all of that, but at the same time, I really missed Pakistan, and I liked the rootedness of Pakistani culture. And so now a lot of my content is about comparing, you know, Pakistan to the West and trying to share the best of Pakistani culture in the West and, you know, sort of be that bridge. I'm also writing a book now because I love writing. Even though that wasn't like the thing that I did in high school, like nobody thought that I was like a writer, but I always loved books and reading. And yeah, I know the admissions officer just like really loved my essay. He sent me an email about it later, and he said that like, yeah, he thought it was really interesting. And then in college, I ended up, you know, taking fiction writing just for fun and like really enjoying that. And then now essentially like that's exactly what I do. But I got in essentially to Stanford by being myself. And for you, being yourself might look like you're really good at sports or you're, you know, really good at like music or whatever. But I didn't get in by trying to do the thing and jump through the hoops that other people were telling me to jump through. I just got in by, like, I guess, being myself.